Hi there, Simpli Subbies. Welcome back to another episode of the Simpli Living Podcast. This is another Ready to Love episode 4, season 4 review. And I'm about to watch it, guys. It is called Sipping Wine and Spilling the Tea. So I have my hot cup of green tea in my Simply Self-Service Ships and Repeat mug, available at the Simply Sassy store. Check that link out in the description box below. But yes, guys, I cannot wait to get into it. As of last week, my top picks are, I still like David and Liz, even though they didn't really get a chance to communicate all that much last episode. And then I still like Joel and what is her name? Vernicia. And then I think I'm going for Dietrich and the comedian. So yeah, those are my top picks for going into week 4. I can't wait to see what happens. It's getting about the time that connections are really starting to be made. And I can't wait to see who gets eliminated next. If they're back on guys, I would definitely say it's the 51-year-old Troy. Just based on some of his interactions with the ladies last week, he was a little touchy-feely with everyone, kissing on their cheeks and all that stuff. And I think they noticed that they weren't the only ones. So I'm not sure if it's a girl or a guy elimination, but he is who I'm putting up there for elimination this week. But guys, let's get to it. I have it all queued up. Ida and Andrea went home last week. Trust within you that they don't really even have to look, because I feel like if you have to look, it's probably something to look for. You're gonna find something. But yeah, I don't feel like there's a problem with your significant other having your passwords to your phone, to your social media accounts and stuff. But I do think there does become some kind of a line where it's like you have it, but you don't need to go look at it because there's nothing to look for. Because it definitely can make the other person feel like they are not being trusted. And then where Stacy was concerned, she was saying, I'm not saying I'm being secretive, but there should be some privacy. There should be a line. Like if I have a diary that I'm writing my thoughts and hopes and dreams and whatever into, then that should be off limits unless I share that with you. So it's my privacy, but it's not anything that should damage our relationship. So she thinks they're on different pages. So I don't know, he may not be in her top after this. What are you guys' thoughts? Comment down below and let me know. What do you guys think about like your spouse, significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend having like your passwords? Should there be some level of privacy in that relationship? Especially once it's your spouse, your husband, or your wife. Let me know.
Me and Jason set up a date at Pitch 25 playing cornhole. Hey, how y'all doing?
Okay, it's a group date.
It should be pretty cool. It's
we have AJ and Jason, Alexis, and
go for it. So I can see what we're doing.
Liz.
Let's try to knock them things off.
Oh, no. I'm about to win. I have my son's basketball coach next to me. Like, there's no way we're gonna lose.
Hey, Liz.
Liz out here killing the game in cornhole. She's getting all the hoes. Alexis and the PE teacher Jason think they got it going on, but the CEO over there with AJ, she the one who knows how to play this game.
I'm trying to see what Alexis is all about. I'm learning that it's hard for me to switch over from seeing a parent to seeing somebody who could possibly be, my significant other. And I just wanted to explore that a little bit more with her. So when we get our one-on-one time like that, one-on-one, what are some of the ideas that you have in mind that you would like to do?
Ooh, I'm big on time. Time and attention. My love language is time. I'm not really into gifts and diamonds and all that. I'm not saying I wouldn't take it.
Okay.
But really, your time tells me that you love me.
I respect that.
So, what's up?
So I have to pause. So Liz and Jason just had this date. Now he is her son's basketball coach in real life. Um, and so he was initially saying that he had to get some one-on-one time with her because it's hard for him to get out of that mindset of this is a parent of one of my students or one of my players to this is somebody that I can date and get to know. He kind of asked her what would they do if they got a time, just by themselves. So they've split off. AJ and Liz are talking, and then Jason and Alexis. And she said quality time is one of her love languages. Quality time is definitely one of my love languages as well. So I definitely get it. It's not all about this showiness, these gifts and all that stuff, just being in your presence and us bonding and having a good time, making memories. All of that stuff is super important. So definitely I feel Alexis on that one.
This is the first time we've been able to go out on a date.
I know.
Everything is regal about you. It is.
You even doing cake. Hello.
I did. Me and AJ, we vibe together a lot. We just had fun, but Tommy challenged us to reach deep down in there and figure out what these men are really all about, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally.
What are your thoughts on intimacy before marriage? Or let me just put it out to you, like sex before marriage.
Sex before marriage. First of all, before I answer this, are you celibate?
I'm abstinent.
Okay, guys, so I have to pause. So Tommy did give all the women this assignment to get deeper with the men, so it's not just so surface level. And so AJ and Liz were having a cute little banter, and she brought it up. She asked him how did he feel about sex before marriage. This is exactly why I believe her and David would be the perfect couple, because remember last week, if you guys watched it, he was talking to Vernicia and Tressa, the comedian, and he asked those women the same exact question. And so then AJ turned it back on her like, are you celibate? And she said, I'm abstinent, which is exactly what David uses, the words he used. They are both abstinent, and I believe that they would be a perfect couple. They had that whole singing a church song and all that. They were kind of vibing there. I think they would be perfect for each other. Now, I'm not going to say her and AJ couldn't, connect, but I do think David probably is her person from this season.
She asked me kind of out of the blue, how do I feel about intimacy before marriage? Women, y'all are very powerful creatures. I would never undermine a woman. Y'all strength, y'all beautiful.
I mean, it's hard out here for a woman. We do a lot of things that men
I took my hat
will
off.
never even understand.
I like Jason. He's really nice, very kind-hearted. I think my concern with Jason, though, is he just doesn't relax enough with me. We were sitting so far apart on the couch. I'm just like, well, come a little closer. So I'm waiting to see, what's going to happen between us, but he's definitely still on my top.
I will say this, something you need to know.
Okay, I'm all ears.
It's gonna throw you off.
Okay.
But when it's that time of the month,
Oh, hold on, real quick.
Alexa's doing too much. You got to get a drink on this one. Why are we talking about that time of the month?
Somebody else want it? All right, here we go.
your face is killing me.
I'm just thinking of memories.
Oh, she is a lot to handle.
And so you abstinent for a period of time. It's just because of the circumstance, so you waiting all the way until you're married.
That is honestly my desire, and the way I actually feel about it is I think you should share that with someone you feel like you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Sure.
I don't think it's a casual thing.
But you have had sex before.
Yes.
Okay. But you said you want to experience that with somebody.
But someone that I deem is, special, a partner. Not
I
just
get that.
willy-nilly and Tom, Dick, Harry, and
You messing with folks that's named Tom, Dick, and Harry? Okay.
But you know what I mean. You heard that phrase before. I'm saying
It sound like Beyonce
You
to
ever
me.
have a conversation with someone and you just feel the goodness from them? That's how Liz is for me.
Oh.
Can I be just as careful with my words as you being
Of
careful?
course you can. I ain't tripping. I'm ready.
Okay. I think that I would much rather kind of know what that space is. Could it be something that I wait on? I've done that in the past.
Okay.
I would rather it much more be about like a genuine connection. But sexual chemistry is real. And you can say you can teach somebody that,
Yeah.
but
sometimes it's like it's an intangible thing.
Okay, I got
That,
it.
You know, with AJ not being too okay with it, it was disappointing, but I understand. I'm not trying to compromise my standards for love. Maybe I'll change his mind. I enjoyed you.
So basically, AJ didn't say he's opposed to waiting. He has waited in the past in relationships. However, he'd prefer not to wait and to already know what that space of intimacy looks like before he gets married. So Liz is a little slightly disappointed. She still likes AJ. She's still feeling him. I can't wait till she has this conversation with David because it's just going to be like a click, 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 and she doesn't have to give up on her standards dealing with him at least. Or that particular standard. Okay, Ron and Chrysanthemum are going to the candy shack or caddy shack?
I wanted to go on a date with Chris. We had a good conversation at brunch. That put her in my top. But, I wanted to see how we reacted in a dating situation.
Ron is original sales director and the casket salesman too.
I'm kind of good today. Like, Ron was cute at the mixer, but on the date, I was like, yes.
And she's a flight attendant, Chrysanthemum.
I'm gonna buy this.
hope you good.
Oh, this is a cute date. They're playing Connect 4.
I'm good.
You think the real one?
Yeah.
Our day was fun. Like, we were playing Connect 4. And I was kicking his butt. You did.
I like the ladies one.
Me? What? I'm interested to see and get to know him and talk to him more.
You might win this one.
I don't know.
Now they're playing Jenga.
So tell me, what do you need from a man now?
I'm like, I'm getting older. I want to settle down.
Okay.
Find my life partner.
All them same boat.
When did it start for you? Like, you think,
It's different for me. We go in phases and stuff like that. Here's my story. I was confused. I'm the oldest. I didn't have no really guidance stuff.
You was bad?
I was a gel at 18.
Oh, wow.
I grew up in a bad part of Detroit, getting in fights, running with the wrong crowd. Luckily, it was instilled with me that I need to go to college to be successful. I just wanted to be honest about that. I'm honestly, looking at you and I'm telling you, I'm ready to make the next chapter in my life.
I want us to be best friends, like have fun together. Like,
I want a fun marriage.
Yes.
100%. I gotta have it.
so it's time for me to get, somebody ready for what I'm looking for too.
Oh yeah.
I just want him to be a man and like lead me, He's the provider, the protector.
The provider part and the protection part's easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've done
Right.
that part of the work. I need you to be not just content with me or just get to know me as who I am. I need you deep in it to know I want to do stuff for him.
Yeah.
I want to be around him. I want to do that. You know what I mean? I need you. I'll be the first person to tell you in your eyes, like, I need you more than you need me.
That's how I want to be.
Yeah, it's a different level. Yeah.
I would want to feel that.
Sounds like they want the
Chris
same
is
things.
more on the traditional side. She's gonna need a man to kind of take care of a lot of the responsibilities financially in that relationship, and she wants that. So it was just a natural opening up because the conversation was going good. We're kind of similar people, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You were my top one.
The first day?
First day and second day, I put you
Oh.
in my top.
Ron really surprised me.
He making
He
her
let
believe.
loose. We learned a lot about each other that we didn't know. Thank you.
He says he's had her in his top both days.
See you go. We love to watch you leave.
Okay, Liz is on another day. Who we meeting, Liz?
Tonight, I have our first one-on-one date, and I'm really excited that
It's her one-on-one with David. Y'all know they my top couple. She's going to his house.
Oh, wow. This is nice.
Oh, he got a single rose for her.
Set the tone, right?
Okay.
I have my eye on David since the mansion party, and I'm excited because this is a chance for us to pull back the layers. I'm looking for a life partner, so I'm serious about this.
Let's
Okay.
say grace real quick, and then we'll just jump in.
They're saying grace, guys.
Being nourished in our bodies. And I think I have a real genuine connection with Liz. I love the fact that we both got a spiritual foundation. That's that one thing that just kind of continues to move it forward for me.
Okay, so the one thing that really drew my attention to you was your spiritual foundation. We actually had that in common. So tell me, how did you actually grow up? What was that like?
I couldn't have girlfriends. Nobody could call the house.
Oh, wow.
Oh man,
It was really
my God, man, real talk. Like, I remember girls would call the house and it'd be like, my mom answered the phone, praise the Lord.
Oh, wow.
Mom, don't answer the phone like that. So when I ended up going off to college, I was so shielded from everything. I left the church too. I never left God. I left my commitment to Him though, right? I learned so much from that, and I found my way back. I was definitely a prodigal son, for real.
That's good.
Tell me about you.
I haven't been in a serious, committed relationship for 17 years.
17 years?
True relationships. Now, I've been in situationships. I'm just being real. There's a difference. I'm talking about a relationship
I
where
got you.
someone say, hey, maybe it's commitment, moving towards marriage. Because I went through that, I had to grow, I had to learn. All of this maturity didn't come overnight.
It's funny, like women always want their man to tell them everything, but sometimes, you know, they're not a safe place for everything. You get judgment, you get criticism. But with Liz, she's a safe place, and it makes me comfortable to share pretty much anything. I was married before.
They're vibing.
Okay.
I didn't know nothing about being a husband, but I got married again, and it was short-lived. I was ready, I was available, I was showing up, and this person just, I don't know. I experienced somebody literally walking out.
And it just didn't work. It just didn't work.
1 year, yeah.
With what you went through in your family and also your personal experiences, do you feel like that you can really give love to that woman, your soulmate?
I'm not scared, Liz. But I just want to make sure nobody leaves again. I just want to make sure that somebody's going to be there and be like, yo, I'll take you in the frame that you are. I have so much love to give.
Guys.
I'm feeling very hopeful about David.
How can you not love David?
We opened up and shared some things that we had went through.
They
And
definitely
so I'm
dug
just really
deep.
excited to get to know him more. Yeah.
I got my eye on him for real.
For real?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Cheers.
Another group outing. Chrysanthemum, Renisha, and nephew Tommy be clean.
How my ladies doing? Y'all alright? Welcome back to our sanctuary. I have been counting down the days till we meet again.
Yes, we got that too.
Before we get into what's not working, let's remind ourselves about the real reason why we're here.
Okay.
Love and romance, right?
Yeah.
So, who feels like they might be in the beginning of their own love story?
Renisha,
What's going on down there?
she likes Joel.
Look at you. You went to Joel's house.
I did.
Joel. I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name.
More of appreciation of him after going to his place.
Did he cook for you?
He did cook breakfast. So we there he had roses. He had mimosas.
You're smiling over there. Look at you. I don't know if you can see it, but your eyes doing this.
Right. I cannot see it on film. Right. He rolled out the red carpet. I was fine with braces, but that man figured it out.
What is it about Joel?
It's the accent. It's the skin color.
Hey, baby.
That David.
Liz,
What's up?
who being grown and sexy with you?
Listen. I went to David's house.
Oh.
He came to the door with a rose. So I felt like a lady. And getting a chance to be with him and getting to know him was a breath of fresh air. David is a church boy, I'm a church girl. And I don't know, maybe God trying to say something, but it felt right. I felt really good, and he shared about his past relationship. He was married twice, and I could tell that was a source of pain for him.
Okay.
It blessed me to be able to see him open up like that, and I can see the emotion behind what he was saying. So we really connected.
They did.
Okay. Amber, the jury is back in.
I went on a one-on-one with, everyone calls him KG, I call him Chris.
Okay.
Actually,
connection.
Yeah, we have a lot of similarities when it comes to our background. Honestly, it's just the flow with us. So it was a
Would
really
you say you feeling Chris?
I am. It was a really great connection.
Put a quiet storm on you. The flower. Chrysanthemum. Who is the flower feeling?
The flower is feeling. A little sleeper that done snuck up in on me named Ron.
Ron that stuck up what?
Ron surprised me. Like,
What?
look at her blushing.
Look at you. Look at you. When a woman hold her mouth.
After our first date, like, we talked in the mixer, and when we had our first date, and then we really talked, I was like, oh, you checking off all the boxes. Like, okay, we did it. Okay, then.
All right, now, ladies. It's time to talk about who we not feeling.
All right.
Basic.
Well, this one is a rough one for me because it's somebody that I really like. I went on a date with Dave this week, and I was able to uncover some things about him. He wants a woman, from our conversation, to share all of her passwords, bank account information, Instagram.
Excuse me?
If that's the case, then we bringing our past to the next relationship.
Right, exactly.
All right, we're bringing all that luggage to the next relationship, and it's not going to do nothing but soil that again.
And you can't hold me accountable to what someone else did.
No, you cannot.
And he's a good Jew. He's a
Right.
really good Jew. It's just something that he has to heal from, and that makes him not ready for me because I'm not still that fast.
I'm not swayed, honestly, about what
Okay,
I'm doing about
Liz.
David. We married, we share everything. That's kind of the upbringing.
She
that I
agrees
come
with
from.
that.
I understand that concept.
Release.
I'm not feeling AJ.
Okay.
I think he's handsome, charming, definitely not for me.
Anybody else?
Troy.
Okay.
Just the whole
Troy.
trip thing from the beginning kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
51-year-old.
Both of them.
You get
I
the
need
trip.
that, but I heard about it.
Kyra.
David.
All right. Liz.
I'm not feeling Troy. I think what really turned me off about Troy was when he was kissing on everybody at the mix.
Okay.
So it's a no for me.
All right. Alexis, who's at the
We're
bottom?
not feeling Troy. Not my boy. He's out here playing a game. Like, after hearing all of this, that just made it worse. So for me, it's a no.
All right, ladies. Feels like we are close to a decision.
Yeah.
One man's time will come to an end.
I
Okay?
can't believe David is in the bottom, but I think he just wants something specific, and
Respect.
maybe only Liz is that girl.
Forget. Next week, some of y'all on the other side of these conversations.
I know.
Y'all got to huddle up and call a play.
Lord have mercy. At that point, I was a little nervous about David. I don't want him to go. I want another date with him, okay?
To the ladies of Houston.
Yes.
All right.
Cheers.
Liz gonna fight for David.
Ladies nominated me to be the one to speak to Troy. Evidently, his Morris Chestnut kisses didn't go well with all of the ladies.
I love it.
But I was willing to give Troy the opportunity to address some of the concerns that the ladies had come up with.
Good to see you.
So Stacy is delivering
You almost mentioned a little bit.
I know.
the news to Troy.
Stacey is just absolutely stunning. Her and I, unfortunately, haven't really connected at all. So getting to know her on a more intimate level would be something ideal for me to do.
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Let's chop it up.
Chop it up. Chop it up.
So the ladies and I, we spoke to Tommy, and it's time for David and I to have a talk.
And then Amber is talking to
A lot of the
David.
ladies are feeling like he bring the past into the present. So I am assigned to get to the bottom of this. today the ladies, we talked, and there were a lot of question marks that came up with you. A lot of us felt like you have issues with trust. Something came up today along the lines of you wanting passwords to everything if you're in a relationship.
That specifically came from a date that I had with Stacy. That was so misinterpreted that I'm going to speak to you exactly on how that conversation went.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that the ladies were talking about was
We're gonna bring that up again.
spreading, hey, I wasn't there. Let me tell you, I'm a person like, I want to hear from you.
Sure.
Want to give you the fair opportunity.
Sure.
A lot of ladies have been saying that you're spreading yourself low and wild with them.
Let me just say, I don't know about a lot of these. I think it was a couple of them, but yeah, I think like
You think only that?
In marriage, I believe that there should be transparency and no privacy. Yo, if you want my password, you can have my password because I have nothing to hide.
In her head, maybe she doesn't agree with that. So to her, that's a no.
Do you think that you were unintentionally coming off disingenuous?
that morning I woke up like, who was that guy?
We feel like you're not really open-minded and open-hearted because you bring your past to the present.
My past has shaped me to be an honorable man, loving man. If I didn't experience my past, God knows what I would be today.
You presented yourself in a way that was unfair to you and your spirit,
Correct.
but it was also unfair to the ladies who are really looking for that partner and that person. And today we all had a talk.
We made a decision.
Okay.
And it was basically a unanimous decision.
Because of those disingenuous moments and those cake daddy little feelings, they've determined that you're not ready to love.
Troy is going home.
I get it.
What do you think you're going to take with you as you continue on your journey?
Make sure that things are taken in proper context for one.
Yeah, and no trips till at least the third day, Troy.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Let me just say this. I've learned my lesson. I have. I'm the type of guy, if I do something wrong once, all you gotta do is tell me one time not to do it again. And I won't do it again. I might make a different mistake. I ain't gonna make the same mistake. Appreciate it. Come give me a hug.
Thank you for having this day.
So Troy is going home. I called it yet again. I am 5-0.
Authentic self. I don't know how to be nobody else but me. Given the
Nice guy.
I'm still
He was just
50%
spreading too much love too soon to too many women.
This is my takeaway. I think you're genuine. I do think you're closed off. And I do think it has something to do with past things. But we feel like you are ready for love. We do see a genuine side about you. We would just like an opportunity to all get to know you.
I think sometimes
David
our
gets to say.
experiences shape us, and my experiences say that I feel more comfortable with me and my wife having such a level of openness with each other. A phone ain't even a topic. I know that's what I want for me. I can't speak for other people. I am ready for love, and I appreciate you taking notice, man. I was able to walk away from that thankful that I'm still here because I do want to find my person.
Aww. Okay, guys, so that concludes another episode of Ready to Love. It is on the OWN Network. It comes on Fridays at, I believe, 8 Eastern Standard Time. And I love this show. They give all these wonderful, amazing singles that are people of color a chance to find love and to date on reality TV. And I love to watch it. I hope you guys love to watch it. I hope you guys love to see my honest reactions because I am literally watching it for the first time right here with you guys. So you guys always get to see my honest reactions to everything that is going on. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you again for tuning into the Simpli Living Podcast and watching this installment of the Ready to Love. Watch with me, see my reactions, review, all that jazz. And I feel like my couples are still my couples. Liz and David are my number one picks. I don't know if he can stay on this show for the long haul, only because, like I said with this show before, you have to make multiple connections. And I think he's that type of guy. He knows what he wants. he's going to find that person and he's going to give his all to that person. So I don't know how that is going to work for the life of the show, but I definitely think they can definitely make it to the end. They can make it past the end. And even if they both got cut off sometime early on, I think they both can still hook it up after the show. I think they would be a great match. I still really love Vernisha and Joel. I think that they are a really compatible couple with their children, and they had a deep conversation as well today. And then I'm kind of liking KG Smooth or Chris from season 3 with the district attorney Amber. I think they had a really cute connection, even though he is 10 years older than her. It seemed like they had similar backgrounds. They had a deep connection about her adoption and about him and meeting his siblings, you know, at an older age, and her meeting some long lost siblings as well. So I think that they have that good connection too. I'm trying to think who I had in my third slot before. It was Dietrich and Tressa, the comedian, but they didn't even communicate this. At least I didn't see them have any dates or anything like that this episode. So I'm sliding KG Smooth or Chris and Amber into my top 3 picks. But yeah, I still have my top 2 couples. They have not changed. They have not faltered. I never really had a handle on that third match. And it seems like AJ is talking to a lot of people, but I have not seen him actually make that true connection. Kyra was feeling him before this. The date went horribly wrong, so I can't really see her giving him an opportunity. Alexis really likes him, but in his mind, she's a bit too aggressive. And then Liz, while she feels he's attractive and all that stuff, he's not really on the abstaining until marriage vibe. So right now, I don't see his match, but hopefully he can stick around. He's definitely eye candy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, I will be back with you guys in 1 week's time. See you next time for episode 5.